little backstory. I'm explaining to them how I said a joke around the wrong group of people, but in retrospect, I realized maybe it's not me that's the problem. So the wife has over a bunch of her, I guess you could call them friends, I guess. A real
these coworkers.
I think some coworkers, some friends. Honestly, I don't know how the fuck she knows these dongs, to be honest with you. And they're a very worldly group of nerds, and one of them, in their Karen voice, starts talking about how UFC and MMA is nothing but a sport for Neanderthals and people who just. It's like the equivalent of paying money to go to the zoo and watch animals in cages just fight each other for slop. And,
probably pay to see that.
Actually, as would I. I would love to see two silverbacks fighting over a banana. That shit would amuse the fuck out of me. And so, this dude's fucking talking, and it's absolute absurdity, the shit that he's talking. And then he goes on to start saying shit like, the most dangerous sports are the ones that utilize, man's most rawest, talent, utilizing hand and eye coordination. And this fuckstick goes on to start talking about how badminton is more dangerous than tennis and ping pong is more dangerous than baseball. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, fuck, dude. So this is what...
Bro, you should have just thrown a baseball at him.
Dude, I was like, so this is what the equivalent of like a fucking 40-year-old virgin really looks like. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So have you ever been hit by a 95-mile-an-hour fastball?
I'm like, where are these deadly ping pong balls that you're dodging? Like, are they being shot out of a fucking rocket? Like, what's going on? And this dude's like, well, if you think about it... And he kept saying my fucking name wrong on purpose, which... That's a pet peeve of mine.
Wait, what?
Like,
what?
My name has 3 letters in it. Like, don't be a dickhead.
Right.
So there were Ted, and Tom, and is it Tony? Is it Teddy? Okay, we're playing this game. Cool. All right.
In your own house?
In my own house.
How'd you know? Whoop this guy's ass.
Because I am a high society asshole, sir. You see, once the shackles came off and I was given this thing called freedom, I realize now.
Not touching that one.
I realize now I can verbally accost people at will. And I realize...
And you do it quite well.
I realize I'm going to let this man just speak and speak and speak.
Yeah.
Because I need this in my life. It's 2023. It hasn't been since 2022 since someone has said something remotely fucking stupid that has made me come out of character. And I realize, you know what? We got a podcast coming up, and what a great intro for that. It's for me to share this adventure with those that I hold dear. So as this guy's talking about how MMA is for Neanderthals and boxing is for those who are, as he put it, without an education, it allowed me to spring forward and finally ask, hey, what is it that, I'm just curious, what is it that you do for a living? I expected this dude to say like he was a lawyer or a doctor, maybe even a fucking brain surgeon, something of that matter that actually would have, meant something in life.
Yes.
Intellectual, yes.
This dude with a straight face looks me dead in my eyes. I am the head towel custodian engineer at a Balleys.
What?
I'm sorry. I've never heard these words in this order.
So, using the power of deduction and my Sherlock Holmes brain, Robert Downey Jr. style, I start dissecting what he's saying, and then it dawned on me. You are that bitch that runs towels from around people's waists into the laundry basket. You are a glorified towel boy. I see.
I kind of want to know where he works now, so I can just make him wring out my towels.
First of all, I didn't even know that there was a Balleys in Charlotte. Is there? Because this is news to me.
I didn't realize Balleys was still in business.
Right? Is that even still a thing?
Yeah. I guess so. Balleys.
Yeah,
Yeah. Towel custodian. Towel
Engineer. cotton worshiper like that. Okay, I just
Yeah.
Dude, if that was my job, I would lie every single day.
every day. I would just I would make up a new profession every day. Hey man, you still a
I'm a
firefighter?
brain surgeon lawyer.
Exactly. Are you still a firefighter? No, I'm on the SWAT team. Really? Yeah. They allow me to transfer.
No.
Did you say
How?
last week you're a bank manager?
At this point, after hearing about this towel custodial engineer gig, all I could do was merely stand up, pat this man on the back of the shoulder, look at my wife, smile from ear to ear, and then just walk away. Because at this point, I cannot waste the valuable zingers and one-liners that I could have bestowed upon him.
No. Oh my God!
It would have been time wasted.
It's just. Oh. The only sad thing about this story is that you didn't get to hear any more of his great opinions on things.
This is true. It builds.
This
character.
is amazing.
I like to think
it does build character.
It builds character, and I figure, you know what, this was meant to happen.
Hey Tazz, I gotta ask.
Yeah, what's up?
How old did the guy look?
If I had to guess, I would say he was late 20s, early 30s.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's an expert on
yeah.
everything.
Clearly. It looked like the.
So he's a towel boy who I can't wrap my head around this.
Definitely had a freshly trimmed soul.
Well, Lobo, just remember that about 10% of the population has an IQ of 83 or below. So that's a thing.
And it drops more and more as each day passes.
It seems like it.
The generations going on.
I'm not going to say any names because he listens to this podcast, but there is a gentleman that trains at the gym that has proven to me just how far we have dropped on the totem pole of education. This young man, I showed him
exactly what you're talking about.
I showed him a clock, a non-digital clock.
Oh boy!
And God, I remember this.
Yes, and asked him to tell me what time it was. This turned into a 45-minute long discussion as to you cannot tell time based upon the hands of a clock. It can't and won't be accurate. It must be digital because digital is the only time that's recognized worldwide.
No, what?
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I was there for this shit, man. Eventually, we were able to teach him how to read a clock.
Now, make sure you don't show him a rotary phone because he'll have a stroke.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That'd be hilarious.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. I brought up a rotary phone to a certain other individual in the gym. And as I was describing it, that person was like, oh, so how long would it take you to send a text message? Okay.
Oh, boy.
Well,
what screen would you read it on?
Okay. We're done here. All right.
Well,
all right. Yeah.
Oh man, see, this would be hilarious if we were getting trolled.
Right?
No, that's a hilarious question to ask if you're trolling.
Yeah.
But so he's probably going to take over in about 10 years at Balleys as the towel engineer.
Oh, he's going to be running the place.
Okay.
He's going to be running the towel.
Oh, absolutely.
Running the towels back and forth.
Like, you know what?
Just taking them straight off people's bodies, putting them right in the dirty bin.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of great topics that you've missed out on over the last handful of weeks. I'll just run through just a few that have been brought up.
Please do.
If you dry yourself off with one side of a towel, is the other side dirty?
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh goodness! What?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Are you
and this was a
Tazz,
serious question. This person meant this through and through.
I see. I guess just Just keep going.
Okay. My other personal favorite. If I drink water from the sink and end up getting sick, is it because of my bottle? Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Is it because of my bottle?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Not the municipal water supply.
Right. The
The
bottle.
bottle that you put it in
It's the
first,
bottle.
then drink it.
That
Yeah.
dirty son of a
Yeah.
bitch. God.
What if I drink it out of a clean cup?
Mm-hmm. How do you know it's really clean, though?
That's a good question.
Exactly. What you should do is you should wipe it down with the clean part of the towel that you use to dry your body off with. Yes.
Are these people I know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, they're people you've seen around.
Yes. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
No, I just wanted you to say no.
I know it hurts. God damn, it hurts. And then I'll leave you with this one before we start our intro. This was the one that I really got a kick out of. When I put my hands down, I get punched in the face. When I put my hands up, I get punched in the body. Is it better for me to just have one hand in front of my face and one hand in front of my body? Will that stop the problem? Yes.
It sure will. It sure will. I need you to do that against me when we're
You know what I'm saying?
I need some practice.
Yes. That is the secret right there. And on that note, let's go ahead and get this party started.
I want this chance to show you that your garden karate is so much nonsense. And that's quite easy to do. I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another exciting edition of H8L Presents the Fist Fights and Fried Rice podcast. Our first episode thus far of the year 2023. I'm your host, Tazz, a.k.a. the voice of a generation, and let me just tell you, I am fucking happy to be here. And as always, I have an eclectic group of assholes with me that have nothing else better to do than to saturate your ear holes with that sweet, sweet vernacular that you have been missing for several months, to which I somewhat will take partial responsibility. But for most of that responsibility, I place upon the shoulders of a one Justice Magnificent. But we'll get to that later. Starting us off first, a man that truly needs no introduction. Rolling 15 inches deep, knocking at the knees, the destroyer of all things ovaries, the man that I truly entrust with my heart of hearts to give us the most unbiased, unblemished, unremorseful responses in regards to some of the shit, craptacular movies that we watch. We proudly bring to you a one Lobo.
I was born ready, Taz.
And we are thankful for it. Also joining us this evening. It's been a long time, ladies and gentlemen, but he's back. And we're happy that he's back. The yin to my yang, the wind beneath my wings. He had me at hello. My brother from another mother, my hetero life mate, as cool as the other side of the pillow. We proudly bring to you a one UTBABYA.
Oh, yeah.
Take that. And of course, no episode of Fistfights and Fried Rice is ever complete. I actually don't even know if he's ever missed an episode or not. I'm going to have to go back through the annals of history. I said annals, not anal. Annals of history to figure out and find out for sure if he's actually missed an episode or not. But allow me to go ahead and give his intro anyway. The Rain Man of martial arts. The connoisseur of combat sports. The black man from Dagestan. The reason that we are several months behind schedule. But that's okay. He's going to make up for it. The newly crowned coaching king of the H8L. We proudly bring to you Justice Magnificent. Well, guys, things,
You know what? I muted just so you could do that, But yeah, man, I'm glad to be back, man. Talk some shit and talk about this truth instead of these lies that Tazz was talking about.
Oh shit!
I mean, you just want to go ahead and get into that first? Because, I mean, we can.
I don't even know the story, and I've been at the gym.
Let me go ahead and, fill people in on what's really been happening. The reason why we're several months behind schedule. Now, for those who don't know, we were supposed to have an award show that we were supposed to kick off. It was going to be called the Fisties. We were supposed to get together as a group, as a unit, come up with the different segments. I was working on the intro music and all this other stuff. And then this cat, we'll call him Justice, was like, hey, you know what we need to be doing? We need to be focused on getting fighters ready for fights, and we need to be traveling around the country and traveling up and down the southern coast, going to these events and paying astronomical amounts of money out of pocket for trinkets and belts with stickers on them. That is what we need to be doing. This podcast shit, that should come secondary. And I was like, Justice, but why?
Fuck
I was
that.
like, Justice, but why? There are people that want to hear us. There are people that live by the things that we say and that can't go through their daily lives without their ample serving of fistfights and fried rice. And Justice's response was, Tazz, when you've been on this earth as long as I have, and you've seen the change in tides, you'll understand that this internet, this World Wide Web that you speak of, is just a fad. It'll be here today, gone today. Yeah. That's how that conversation went.
Yep, and you can just reverse all of that and get the truth. Yeah. Okay.
Get the truth.
Yeah. Switch out a couple of names. Tazz with Justice,
Don't you mean switch the name?
Yeah, switch a couple of names around. A couple of times. Yeah.
See, you just caught yourself in a lie, sir. Everyone knows that I'm hip to the game of this internet. And everyone knows
Hip to the game.
Yes, hip to the game.
He said hip to the game, everyone.
To the game.
Yep.
Hey,
Of this internet.
That lets you know.
Hey,
Who
Tazz.
says they are hip?
Yes. Do it for the vine.
Wow. 2010. Excellent.
Damn, was it that old?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's probably older.
Ah, shit. Well, there goes that whole joke.
Well, I was in high school when Vine was popular.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fantastic episode for you guys and girls out there listening. I don't even know what the fuck number it is, so I'm not even going to try to give it a number. I'm just going to say, because I'm far too lazy to just simply go back and read what the episodes
Count.
are. Yeah, that's a lot of work. I don't do that shit.
Well, if I think right, this should be the start of season 3.
We on seasons?
Yeah, we're doing seasons?
Are we on Netflix now?
I fucking
Well, we've
love it.
taken hiatus. So, yeah.
You know what?
You started season 3.
I like
You
it.
know what? I like it.
I like it. I fuck with it. All right, so that's what we're calling it. Season 3. So, Lobo, how many episodes per season so I know how to count moving forward?
Random.
How should I know?
Random? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take the Netflix approach.
Some seasons have 30 episodes, some have 2, some have none.
You know what? I like it. I like it. Let's do it. I mean, with our luck,
At least we got a new season, unlike every show on Netflix.
with our luck, YouTube will just,
Yeah.
block this shit anyway. But, fingers crossed.
Well, they probably will after I say something.
Facts.
Oh
Just-
god, can't wait to hear it.
Facts.
You know, I don't even have anything in mind. I'm sure I'll say something awful.
You know what? And I expect nothing less, sir. I expect absolutely nothing less. This is going to be a fun episode because all we're going to do is just simply talk about the shit that needs to be discussed. Talking hype trains being derailed, retirement buses, shit flicks, stupid topics, and what I like to refer to as Black Man from Dagestan fever dreams in regards to certain fighters washing other fighters in their prime. Can't wait to get to that.
Ooh,
And of course, I gotta know and hear your views and take on King of the Streets. So yeah, let's just get right into this shit. So, gentlemen, topic 1: what could have been, what should have been. Who, in your opinions, are some hype trains that have been derailed or just failed to meet expectations? Who wants to start this off? Because the one that I have is probably going to cause a little controversy.
We'll start with the controversy.
Yeah, might as well.
You know what?
bring it in hot, 2023.
Hype train derailed and failed to meet expectations, in my opinion, Jorge Masvidal.
Oh, wait a
Huh?
second. You disrespectful.
Controversy on. This
look,
Yeah,
look,
not
listen,
as disrespectful as Usman was.
Disrespectful.
let's just put it out there and call it as it is. So this cat, we'll call him Jorge, maybe even Masvidal.
Let's call him George.
You know, I'll just call him Gamebread. Let's do that. Let's just call him Gamebread. So
How about BMF?
Do you really want to go there? You want to go there with the BMF?
Yeah. We don't go there. Yeah.
That consolation prize for failing to meet all expectations, because that's what that title is. That title is the silver sticker of gold stars.
Yeah.
That's
No.
the everybody gets a trophy award.
I was just going
No,
to say
that-
that's a participation trophy.
It is not. I prefer to
It-
think of it
it
as
is.
the
It
Money in the Bank match with Suitcase.
Oh, give me a
Okay.
Yeah.
There we
Money in the
go.
Bank.
There we go.
Guarantee-
Justice
he
is
had the
gobbling them
title
balls
shot.
early, folks.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Jorge
But how is that a
Masvidal.
hype train though?
He failed on all expectations.
Did he?
Yes.
I mean, did he though?
Okay, here we go. Came up short against the champ not once, but twice. And on that second
Okay,
one,
that's-
in devastating fashion. Then,
Spectacular.
spectacularly failed. Then on top of that, scratch and dig and plead to get this fight with Colby. And when he finally gets it, what does he do? Gets butt fucked for an entire round. And then, after getting butt fucked, decides to try to run it back in the streets and still gets washed.
What? No, that he did not get washed in the street. That's why Kobe hasn't fought yet.
Oh, is
Oh, there you go.
is that what that is? See,
Yeah.
this is what I mean by getting washed in the streets. You sucker punch a person, and they are able to still tell the tale, and they're still able to call the police on you, and you still get apprehended.
Did he get apprehended
Yeah, when you're
in the process? Well,
yeah,
no, he didn't.
yeah. That court case says otherwise, sir. He will be appearing in court, sir.
He
Those
has been
who
appearing in court.
those who get away with crimes don't have court cases.
But okay, so he lost to the number 1 and number 2
Mm-hmm.
welterweight fighters in the world.
Oh, so now you have positive things to say about Usman. Okay, I'm listening.
I never hey
Hey,
I never said anything bad about Usman except he was boring as fuck, and I think we all agree on that.
That's
He
true.
is boring as fuck.
Secondly,
yeah.
him and damn Leon Edwards, personality
Mhm.
just not there.
Yeah, agreed.
So other than that, I didn't have nothing to say about him. Now we had somebody else that be, riding him a lot, Paul.
Yep.
he ain't here. He ain't here right. He ain't here right now.
I'm putting Jorge Masvidal on the same train as Darren Till.
No, you can't. He knocked Darren Till the fuck out.
And
no, you can't do that.
the fuck I can.
Darren Till has Darren Till ever got a title shot? No, you know what? He did get a title shot against Tyron Woodley. He got washed.
We don't talk about that.
We forget about that.
No, we don't forget about that. We forget about anything that involves Woodley.
Yeah. So again, he got 2 title shots. Arguably, the third or fourth biggest star in MMA today.
I'm sorry, what now?
What?
So
Whoa.
What?
The third or fourth biggest star in MMA today. Who are the biggest stars? No, who are the biggest stars in MMA right now?
John Jones, Gagne.
Oh man, go. Okay.
Oh, okay, go what? Go what?
John. Okay, I'll give you maybe John Jones because
What
it's
do you
history.
mean maybe
Okay.
John Jones?
Yeah. So you got John Jones. You got Conor McGregor. Who was the biggest star than Jorge Masvidal?
Francis.
I mean, Francis has all of Africa.
Francis is not it. Francis not a superstar. He's a star, but he's not.
And then there's Khabib, which everyone knows just because it's
First of
fucking
all,
Khabib.
He's retired.
I know, man. I'm just saying, like,
He's retired.
You're not gonna put Dustin on that list. You're not gonna put Dustin up there.
Name 3. Dustin is not a bigger star.
The fuck he's not.
The
fuck he's not.
Dustin's got hot sauce, bro. He got hot sauce.
First off, Dustin smoked the motherfucker you just mentioned in Connor.
Okay, that's not hard to do right now.
How them balls taste?
I like to see you do it.
Well, that's not hard to do right now for anybody that's fighting. Got rid.
You talk about right now. When he did it, that shit meant something.
It did it though.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
It did. It did it a little bit. Not really.
It's more of an accomplishment than fucking Jorge.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: When was the last time Conor McGregor won a fight?
Oh shit, I don't know. I don't follow that nigga's career. Let me think.
This man last win was a Cowboy ceremony. Exactly. And when last fight he won before that? Exactly.
Probably somebody else that deserved the BMF title.
Exactly. So now Dustin beat him, but he's a bigger star than Masvidal. No.
Shit.
Not even.
Shit.
Not even.
Shit.
Not even. We know better.
You're insane.
We know better.
UTBABYA,
I like Dustin
UTBABYA said it best. He got hot sauce, bro.
Hot sauce. That's it.
Hot sauce that gets mentioned more than Gamebread fighting championships.
Or Gamebread boxing who's coming up, or Icon, FC.
Yeah,
right. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that.
Yeah, stop playing.
You stop playing.
Oh, it
is done.
It is not.
What's next for him then?
Considering his his skill set
sucks.
Okay, what skill set? I mean, when you talking about skill set?
Well, no, he got hyped up after the Ben Askren shit, which was that was
some highlight real shit. I'll give him
tricks,
that,
bro. Those tricks.
Man, he beat shit out Nate Diaz for 4 rounds,
which most people forget about after the Askren shit. Thank you. Say it again, YouTube.
You said what?
Nate Diaz is half his size.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nate Diaz is bigger, man. Yeah, stop. Oh my God, what are y'all on today? Nate Diaz is smaller than Jorge Masvidal.
Bro. Maybe he got like a couple inches reach.
A couple of damn inches reach. Nate Diaz, them Diaz brothers is huge, man. They not damn. They skinny fat. They not damn.
No. I get it. It's just like you saw the fight, right?
I saw.
You saw deep down.
His ass.
You saw down.
I saw an ass whooping.
I saw a 5th grader fighting a 3rd grader.
There was no size advantage there. There was no size advantage there whatsoever.
Okay, so anyway. No, I mean, I agree with Tazz that like the hype was too much for. It was a bit too much at the time.
Yep.
And that was because there was no one else in the game that was really like doing a lot, right? Like there was Connor had just kind of like,
got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Got his ass whooped, fucking just trying to hawk his shitty whiskey, and like they were desperately clamoring for someone who had some kind of like,
character,
like rapport, character, rapport, fucking any kind of like kayfabe, anything. And Masvidal just happened to be like the best that was there at the time, and so they kind of put everything into hyping him up. It's like, okay, I mean, I get it. Like they were starved for someone, but like,
did they, or did he do it himself?
No, that was
no.
That
He's supposed to do it. He's supposed to try and do that. Like, of course, but
So it ain't got nothing to do with the fact that he put Ben Askren in the coma, and he whooped Nick
what
Diaz.
I'm saying is the hype for look. That was a fantastic highlight reel.
No one will ever argue that. That was fantastic.
That is an iconic moment in the sport of MMA. But
to which he followed it up with by getting baptized himself.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The second fight.
And the thing about that is like that was one thing where, hey, you bet big and you happen to win on 6 seconds.
So what about when he torched Don Cerrone in his prime?
First off, Cerrone was night and fucking day. He was very much a hit and miss fighter.
Yeah.
At that time?
Hell yeah.
At that time.
His whole fucking
2017.
career. His whole career.
2017.
His whole career.
2017.
You had sometimes
Cerrone. 2017.
Hell yeah. His whole career. Even go back to the WEC days, he was still hit and miss.
The only fight he had lost was against the championship fight. He had smoked everybody up to after that.
There were guys that he should have gone up there and absolutely killed that went to decisions that shouldn't have.
He beat Alvarez. He beat what's the little pretty boy name that's in Belgium? The one we on hitting about. Ben Henderson beat his ass.
Well, you put Pretty Boy and Ben Henderson in the same category?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can trust you.
No.
So, like, come on, man. Look, I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I want to, be like, okay, Masvidal, he did get a bunch of hype, but that was not a hype train. That was just getting his just. It was his time. But there wasn't a hype train about
after that, at Ben Askren,
he made a fucking belt for him.
Exactly.
They made a belt for him because, hey,
that's called a hype train, bro.
Facts.
It's a massive hype train.
That is a hype
if
train.
that's the case, how come Jim
Dana
Miller
put on his fucking railroad engineer hat and was like, "Oh, let's shovel some coal in here,
choo choo,
because we need viewers."
Choo choo.
Exactly, and they're getting viewers. He has some of the highest earning pay-per-views because he's a star. It does not matter.
Come on now. He didn't generate all them ticket sales himself.
I bet you he sold more. I bet you him and Kobe sold more than Usman and Leon did.
I mean, Girl Scouts selling
I
cookies
bet he sold
more than
I bet he sold more.
Leon.
I bet you he sold more than John Jones ever did.
I can see that. I'll give you that.
Exactly.
Look, but that's not what the hype train like. We're talking about like guys who were overhyped for their skill set, not for how much they could sell. Like, yeah, okay, great. He sold a lot of stuff. I don't think that was the question.
Okay, so he got beat by the number one, the number two welterweight in the world. Name someone else.
Let me think back through my piss poor memory of Jorge.
When the last time? The last time you saw him get TKO or submitted, go ahead, Task. I know you're gonna say it. Was Toby Modern.
See, I
Belt
wasn't gonna do it. I
Belt
wasn't
season
gonna
one,
do it.
and that inverted triangle. That was it.
I wasn't gonna do it.
That was it.
I wasn't gonna do it.
You never seen him out on his feet. Never seen him down.
That's not true. I saw him out on his
Again,
feet.
When? Again, other than Usman.
Oh.
Against who?
Other than Usman. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Other than the possibly life-changing knockout.
Damian Maia took him down, couldn't submit him. Just held onto his leg and his hip for 4 rounds.
What about when Wonder Boy picked him apart on the feet?
Did he though? Because that was a split decision.
I felt like he did.
Oh, it was a split decision. It wasn't a lot of.
I still felt like he did.
It wasn't a lot of strikes landed in that.
Like I remember Lorenz Larkin outstriking him. I remember
Lorenz Larkin was another split decision, and that was questionable.
Shit. I didn't think it was questionable. I thought Lorenz won that shit.
Ben Henderson
won
that was shit. Crazy questionable.
Fair and square.
No,
all
those was questionable.
Oh, okay.
That's why that's how his persona changed. Don't do it. The one against Miles Jury, same thing. Or was it Miles Jury or Al Quinton? One of them. You still mad because he beat up KJ Noons and KJ Noons?
I am. I'm still bitter about that.
This great boxing. That's all that is.
I am still bitter about that, actually.
Okay, so Justice, if Masvidal is not overhyped, then what is his next? What do you want to see him do next?
He can be a journeyman forever.
Honestly, he's not going to be Usman. He's not going to be Colt.
Nope.
He's not going to be Hamza at welterweight.
Hell no. I still put him on the hype train. Wait a second. You guys hear that? Oh shit! Here comes the retirement bus. Man, I hope Dominic Cruz has made some room on that bitch, because another applicant I think that needs to get picked up and hop on that fucking bus, and I know some will agree and some will disagree. Derek fucking Lewis. You had a great run.
Yeah, drive by his house for sure.
He had a great run. You accomplished quite a bit. You know, your weight loss was fantastic. Your jumping knees and head kicks that you were pulling off in some of your earlier fights, that was amazing. You have a plethora of great highlight reel of knockouts. But yeah,
my balls was hot.
I feel like it's time. I just me personally, I just feel like it's time.
I think it was time a couple fights ago.
Get knocked out on your feet against Tuivasa.
He was.
Yeah, Tuivasa
was he a hype train though?
Hey now. Hey.
I mean,
I want the guy to hang him up, but I'm not ready to put him in the same category as a hype train. He did have a plethora of knockouts to his name.
That's what I'm saying. He has the most knockouts in the heavyweight division.
That's what I'm saying. How's that a hype train?
Excuse me. Yeah. I'm sorry, UFC history. So I about to say, yeah, he's not a hype train.
No, I'm not calling him
a
hype train.
This wasn't hype train.
This was retirement bus.
Oh.
I know it was hard. It was hard for you to hear what was going on gargling Masvidal's balls. I know it's cool. It's cool.
I just found it disrespectful. Ain't nobody saying Conor McGregor need to retire.
The fuck I'm not. I was getting ready to say it next.
Yeah.
Still fighting.
Yeah, I need him to sit right next to Derek Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
They can talk about hot balls and shit. I need McGregor to hang it up. I need Derek Lewis to hang it up. Who else would you like to see hop upon the retirement train?
Tony Ferguson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson will always be the big what if.
Mm-hmm.
We will never know. We will never ever fucking know.
Who else? Yeah, he will always be a big what if.
Robbie Lawler.
Retirement, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still fighting.
Still fucking fighting, dude. Like he had a great run, had a great resurgence. You know, recaptured the title. That was great. You know, props to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's time, guy. It's time.
He's been fighting since 2003.
Yeah, it's time.
Much too long.
It's time.
Yeah. This guy was fighting on the best damn sports show on Fox.
Think about that shit. Think about that shit. It's time to hang it up, dude.
That's a problem. That's a real problem.
It's too long, dude. It's time to hang it up. You guys hear about what's the fuck's his name? Little Evil finally getting into the Hall of Fame?
Yes, loved it.
I thought it was overdue. I thought it was long overdue.
For whatever reason, I don't know what it is. And I get that history does, move forward, and always, what have you done for me now lately? But with MMA being such a young sport, I don't understand. To me, it just seems like the UFC is just kind of trying to bury that whole SEG time frame.
I never thought about that.
And I don't get it.
Never thought about that.
Because again, we still don't have Frank Shamrock in the Hall of Fame, which doesn't make
Hall of Fame
any sense.
How's he not?
I thought Frank and Dana didn't see eye to eye on a lot of shit.
It don't damn matter.
Oh,
him and
Tito
didn't see eye to eye.
But it does, sir. Once Uncle Dana gets mad at somebody, they're on the list forever. Even though you can take a dolly and throw it through a bus window and hit a bitch in the forehead with it, goddamn blinder and give her PTSD and all this other shit, if you punch Josh Koscheck after the bell, you can never come back to the UFC. It's fucked up how they did Paul Daly. I'm just throwing that out there.
Because I still want to know what Josh said. What he said.
He called him the N-word.
Exactly.
After the bell, he was like, "Hey, N-word." What? Yeah, I said it. And then Paul Daly, out of pure emotion, accidentally swung at him.
Yeah, and they made him sign an NDA.
But see, at least Daly was smart enough to retire.
I mean, yeah, because he should have just been kickboxing because he couldn't grapple for shit.
He can't kickbox for shit.
He did all right.
His kickboxing was dog shit. And this is coming from a fan.
He did okay. Some of those.
No.
Him and Dan Hardy.
No, just stick to fucking MMA and using your Thunderbolt Wrestling or whatever the fuck that shit's called.
Oh, is this the belt thing we looked up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bullshit. Who else after Ferguson? So we got Ferguson on this bus. We got Darren Till. We got Derek Lewis. Who else needs to get picked up?
OSP.
He needs to retire right now.
My question has always been with him: how in the hell did he make it as far as he did?
He has got nude pictures of somebody.
Probably.
Because he has his skill set. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it. I watched him for years. You did your thing. You're a fighter I respect it. But on paper, even watching him, it makes you wonder, how the hell did you get as far as you did?
That's easy to answer. It's called the Von Flu choke.
That's right.
Man.
Doesn't he have the most victories with that fucking choke?
Yep.
Yeah, because that's the only damn thing he can do.
Wait, didn't he break Weidman's leg though? Is that him?
Was it him that broke Weidman's leg?
No, who was it? Who am I thinking of?
Weidman's leg? No, that was Uriah Hall.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, we need OSP on that bus. Dominic Reyes, we need him on that bus.
Yeah, Dominic Reyes shouldn't fight at all. He shouldn't get what do you call it? He shouldn't get the license anywhere.
Anywhere.
Fedor finally retired.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fedor
Yeah,
finally
saw
hung him
that.
up.
thank God.
You know,
Yeah.
and good for him. Cause luckily he didn't come to the UFC because he would have got washed.
No, sir.
Yes,
No, sir.
got washed. Washed up.
We're
kind of on the fence.
Luckily, oh, you can be on the fence all you want, and that fence can be.
No, I mean, I think he would have done fine. He would have got washed eventually.
Against who?
If he had come over in his prime,
Thank you.
that's a different story.
He would have got washed.
Nah.
Prime against who? Fedor's prime against who
Couture.
in the UFC? Randy Couture? He would have ran through Randy Couture. He was 50 then. He's like 70
I
now.
don't care. He'd have ran through him.
Of
Yeah, I
course.
forgot he was 50 back then.
Exactly. He was 50 then.
And
So, I mean, he's like 70 now.
truth be told, I think he would have got through Chuck Liddell, too.
Yeah,
That
for sure.
Chuck, by that time, Chuck Liddell had no chin.
I don't give a shit. I'm just saying.
And Chuck Liddell was not a heavyweight, so he wouldn't have took that fight.
He would have got past Heath Herring.
Heath Herring, he whooped Heath Herring ass twice already.
He would have got past Frank Mir.
Easily.
He would have knocked out Frank Mir.
Dare
Wait,
I
which
say
Frank
it?
Mir, though?
I actually think he would have knocked out a young Brock Lesnar.
I think he would have. I think he would have fucking ankle locked him or some shit and fucking give him a limp for the rest of his life.
I think he.
Yep.
I think he dies at the hands of Shane Carwin.
He does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that might be the.
And I think that would have been the beginning of the end in Fedor's run in UFC.
Mm-hmm.
The apocalypse.
Yeah. So for that crop of fighters in that weight class, I think Fedor has a good run. Maybe even sees the title. And then
You think he
immediately
beat
gets
the
washed.
prime JDS? Hell no.
Yeah. Then, well,
Now,
Hell
notice I did not name off JDS, nor did I name off Kane.
Right. right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
there are reasons.
And you know who else you didn't name
I'm talking
off?
about the generation before them. Who did I miss, sir?
Again, Fedor, he dodged the bullet. I would say that. He dodged the bullet. Because if he would have beat Bigfoot in that Strike Force tournament, he would have ran up against a young, spry Daniel Cormier.
I'm talking
Got
about
his ass
Fedor in
handed
his
to him.
prime, sir.
And again, he was in his prime.
No. And
Yes.
despite what you think, I actually think he washes DC. I think prime
no.
Fedor.
I
Fedor
He
tend to agree.
outstrikes DC everywhere.
it does not.
He does.
Hey, remember the way DC put Stipe down? That's what it would have looked like when Fedor hits him.
Facts.
It would have looked like a nothing shot, and DC would have gone straight to the canvas.
DC
That
would
was
have got
old
the
DC.
DC would have got the Brett Rogers treatment.
That was old DC. That was DC with the bad back. That wasn't.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, sorry, guy.
No, we let's talk about DC who picked Bigfoot Silver up over his head and dumped him.
He
Let's
did.
talk
He
about
did.
Let's talk about DC who beat the brakes off of Josh Barnett. Let's talk about that DC.
Because Josh Barnett was really known for his striking. Yeah, you got me on that one, guy.
Oh no, he whooped his ass wrestling. What do you? He whooped his ass wrestling too. So there you
First
go.
off, Josh Barnett without the steroids is nothing.
You sure?
Positive.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh man, y'all on some shit tonight, boy.
I'm
Josh
a
Barnett.
Josh Barnett fan, but let's call it what it is. Josh Barnett was trash.
That man was taking steroids because he got the body of a 82-year-old man. He was trying to get rid of some of that belly fat.
He was taking steroids because he sucked. He needed help.
He didn't.
The fuck he
Who?
didn't.
Josh Barnett only lost to a select few people.
You act like the crop of fighters that Josh Barnett was fighting back then was of the same elite level that they are now. They're not.
Sure.
Yeah, who did he beat?
Pedro Hizzo.
Oh, Pedro Hizzo! Oh boy!
Here's your game plan. Don't get leg kicked.
Oh boy!
All right. He beat Sergey Haratonov.
Oh boy! Okay. Okay. Alrighty, guys.
Mm.
Okay.
Don't get front naked choked.
Like, come on, dude. I'm
Sergey Haratonov? No, Sergey had.
Yeah. And he beat him clean, you say?
Yeah.
No special vitamins? No enhancements?
It was just before
Okay,
USADA.
now listen, it don't matter. Everybody's on steroids.
I feel like it does kind of matter. I feel like it does matter.
Yeah. Steroids don't matter, are what people say until you've actually seen someone do the shit that people on
Facts.
steroids can do.
Oh, wait,
okay.
hold on. So you mean to tell me that
I'm not
Fedor
saying
was
they're not
clean?
all on it, but different people respond differently. And
Oh no,
some
Fedor
people
was definitely
turn
fucking
into
juiced up.
Yeah.
The only person I've seen that can maintain himself on or off steroids or drugs or alcohol or anything for that matter is John Jones.
I mean, the dude's also a goddamn anomaly.
Oh, you mean the guy from the genetic tree that has not one but two NFL player brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that guy?
What a strong argument. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he really have two NFL brothers?
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of them really ain't
Do you know
that
what?
good.
Do you know what the tendons in that family look like? They look like fucking steel cables. Like
Facts.
we're not. No. John Jones is a freak. Like what? Doesn't
And you
matter.
know the crazy part? The crazy part is he's the least athletic one.
That's
Yeah.
frightening.
Yeah, that is the craziest part.
And his brothers are both still like, or like his older brothers, like, yeah, I'll beat the shit out of him. I don't give a fuck.
I just have a hard time riding with this belief that DC beats a prime Fedor. The same guy that was going through the fucking Nogueira brothers, the same guy that,
Yeah, you gotta like because
whooped Arona's ass.
Yeah.
Fucking. Let me think of another one. Dude beat Semi Schilt.
Hey, do you remember when?
Josh Barnett beat Sammy Shield. What that is?
Hey, do you remember when?
Antonio
Fucking
Nogueira.
Kevin Randleman.
I remember
Kevin Randleman
when he
tried to kill
survived
him?
that shit.
Tried to kill him, and he just goes, "Nope."
I'm
Well,
okay.
see,
I beat you up now.
Yeah, the
Here's
thing
the
about
thing.
Fedor is that he would have. Not only does he have hands that DC does
Not.
here, I mean, just doesn't know what to do with, but then he also has the fucking whatever the hell his fucking Sambo Russian experiment shit is.
Russian experiment shit.
He's also Russian.
He can deal. He knows exactly where the wrestlers' counters are to all his shots, and he knows exactly how to counter. Like in a way that I don't know how much Sambo I think DC saw before. Well, really, I mean, did he fight any Sambo guys in MMA?
No.
So you're gonna compare that to? I mean, look,
No. Hey,
wait,
I'm not
RP
saying.
Kevin Randleman.
Yeah.
Kevin Randleman.
No,
Great
I
wrestler.
wasn't comparing him to. I'm just saying, Fedor could weather shit,
Yes.
and he had
Fedor was suplexed in a way that
and he had the
could
technical
kill him
skill,
or at
and he
least
had the technical
paralyze him for
skill
life,
on the
and he got
ground.
up like it was nothing.
Facts.
Right. He did. So he did get knocked fuck out by Dan Henderson.
Who
He did.
was knocking almost everybody out.
Right.
And you're right. You're absolutely right. Dan Henderson did not knock out DC. You're absolutely right.
Now, that first fight
But
against
you
Heath
know,
Herring. Hold on.
okay.
That first fight against Heath Herring. Very questionable. Because he was getting taken down.
Mm,
He was getting handled. That's all I'm saying. People forget that.
you know what people also forget? Fedor had never lost a fight by getting punched in his fat belly.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna bring that shit up.
That was a
Up until a couple
Just
years
gonna
ago,
bring
his
that
only
up.
loss was because he got his eye split open by an illegal elbow.
Mm.
so Yossi Kosaka didn't try to throw that elbow. He dodged a bullet that day.
Oh.
It was questionable.
He dodged a hell of a bullet. But DC was 38. He was 40. It don't make a difference. That's not saying.
Okay, so we've decided that Fedor would have beat DC.
Agreed.
Now
No.
Fedor knocked out
Right,
Rampage with a
who else?
punch.
Now who else is on this retirement bus? Who else, does anyone else need to jump on there, or is the bus full for this
Yes.
season?
I need I know people might not know the name, but I need Antonio Bigfoot Silva. I don't want him. I don't want him doing bare knuckle boxing. I don't want to see him in glory. I don't even want to see him in slap fighting championship. I don't want to see him doing shit.
Add
Well,
Diego
I don't
Sanchez.
want to see him outside with a stiff wind.
Add Diego Sanchez onto that list as well.
Diego Sanchez.
Yep,
Who?
add him.
Yeah.
Who was that? New Mexico?
They hate him.
Y'all wrong as hell. The Boxing Commission? Athletic Commission?
They need to be
Y'all
investigated.
need to be fired. Yep. No way in the hell he should have been licensed. He did. How many punches did he damn land?
Diego doesn't even know. And he was there.
I don't think. I mean, they counted some shots in like the CompuBoxing, but those shots weren't clean. They didn't land. He was getting hit.
Needs to be on
And then
that bus.
he went on to say something about some damn Vaseline or some shit, and he was complaining about. I'm like, dude, it's bare knuckle.
And even though he retired from MMA, I have to throw Jose Aldo on that bus too.
You know, Aldo is young, and as long as he's gonna be doing stuff like boxing Floyd Mayweather and stuff like that, I'll let him do it.
Mayweather is going to embarrass the fuck out of him.
You know what? That's fine.
And to make him millions of dollars.
Yes,
that's true.
Oh, I actually have a question for you guys.
Yeah, what's up?
Are we done with this segment?
I guess so. All right, moving
That's
on.
not the question. I'm just making sure.
Sure, man.
he said, "Rap this."
Yeah, he said, choo choo. Bus is left. All right, cool. Go ahead.
Do you guys feel like the influencer boxing matches, either like these YouTube personalities fighting old fighters, is ruining the sport of boxing?
I think people are starting to like not care as much anymore. I think it was, it had a good year-ish run, year and a half, and like everything, after about 18 months, people lose interest.
Yeah, the shelf life is quickly expiring on these.
Like, it's like, yeah, people are still going to do it. They'll make some money, but like, people aren't, it's not taking headlines and shit now. It's just like, oh, hey, this is happening again. Okay, cool, whatever.
It is, but I'll say this: that what's happening is boxing is being exposed.
Yep.
MMA has been, these combat sports that are not paying a lot of money are being exposed, and it needs to happen.
Yep.
These type of fights where influencers can go in and make a couple $100,000 or $1 million, and Aldo had never made $1 million. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, hell, that leads us into our next shit, man. Are we still on the Because I know for a while there, me and UTBABYA were on the we were on the pro steroids debate. We still on that, or we still divided on that? Because I'm still for it.
I mean, everybody doing it. Might as well let them do it.
Glad,
I mean,
glad
why
you finally
not? They
came around.
they let them put I put my body on the line to entertain you. Why I gotta be clean?
Yeah, let me take something that helps me recover.
Bro, I'm trying to walk around and look
Exactly.
like Sage Northcutt. That's what the fuck I'm trying to do.
Well,
And I still feel they
Looking like
missed
a
it.
goddamn anime character.
I still feel like they missed a great opportunity to cast Sage Northcutt as Ivan Drago's son in Creed 2.
Fuck, that actually would have been a really good casting.
True.
That kid looks like Dolph just pissed him out.
have you looked at his face from the point in time where what's his name broke his face? Uh, Cosmo Alexander, and now his new face.
No. What's his new face look like?
Man, he has like his chin is a lot more wider.
He's got a bigger face.
Is that where they put the steel
Yes,
plate?
his face is. Yeah, that's what they had to put the metal in and everything. Yeah, his face is great. You can
I
tell
think
the
that this might be the growth hormone.
No, no, that's his
The,
face. Now,
The special
if
vitamin.
you look at his Instagram,
the Federation mandated growth hormone.
no, if you look at his Instagram, you can tell that was like, hey, you got to take this shit
Mm-hmm.
to make your body fit your damn face. 'Cause if you don't, if you don't, this shit's gonna look weird.
You go a little for Silva.
Oh God. Well, hell. It goes right into our next segment. Thinking about faces that need to be fucking reconstructed. UTBABYA. Have you had a chance to check out King of the Streets?
And if you study with my 8-week program, you will learn a system of self-defense that I developed over 2 seasons of fighting in the octagon. Now, for only $300 for my 8-week program.
Hey, what kind of belt do you have?
Canvas. You like? J.C. Penney, 398. Okinawa built me no need rope, hold up pants.
I mean, King of the Streets is my favorite rule set because there's no rules.
Great lead in.
I watched a fucking dude literally, like, some dude from Brooklyn is fighting this Russian guy, and the Russian guy is just beating the shit out of him. Finally, the dude, like the guy from Brooklyn is on his knees, just gives him his back, is covering the back of his head, and the other dude is just standing over him. And then finally, the Brooklyn cat, like, ankle picks the dude, gets on top, gets in, like, quarter guard, and starts trying to, do some weak ass, because they're both kind of, like, not really in shape.
Super fucked up.
And yeah, he kind of ground and pound. And then all of a sudden he fucking gouges the dude's eyes.
Right?
And the Russian dude just like screams for a second and then is like yelling something. And then all of a sudden it's over. And then the the ref guy's like, hey, anything goes. Oh, okay. So okay. So that was weird. But other than that, like, I've seen some. I mean, there are some fantastic, because like they allow headbutts, like, right, any kind of elbows. I think you can stomp.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can stomp. You can soccer kick.
Yeah. There are some great. No, there's some great headbutts in there. Like it just. Watching that reminds me that it is really important to maintain dominant position.
Facts.
Like I you'll see someone go to the ground and be like, oh, here's throw up a submission, and then he gets fucking just elbowed in the fucking collarbone and it snaps, and you're like, oh yeah, hard to throw a triangle when you can't fucking use your arm.
You can die right there
at all. Yeah. So yeah, man, King of the Streets is like it's a solid representation of the chaos of an actual fight, because it's an actual fucking fight.
So I gotta ask, shit's legit or legitimately shit?
I mean, shit's legit as far as the rule set. Mm-hmm. The dudes who are fighting, I think the quality of fighters has kind of gotten progressively better over the months, but it's still lacking.
Well, it's in its early stages.
Exactly. So, like everything, it'll take time for, especially since it's it's so much more risky than any other rule set.
Yeah, the possibility of death is a lot higher.
Yeah, or just maiming.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're doing this in they go to fucking some country where there's no laws, and you're fighting in a parking lot.
They put up a shitty cage and then beat the shit out of each other on concrete
and film it.
Or they do it in a fucking hockey rink.
That was my favorite.
Oh, I haven't seen those fights yet.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, those are holy shit. Those are brutal.
Is it is the ice there? Or is it like a?
No, it was like it's like when they don't have the ice out, but still, yeah,
that'd be even more entertaining.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Oh, it was fucking brutal. I can honestly say that's one of those one of those ventures that I'm glad Justice brought to my attention, because man, I'm hooked to that shit. That shit is absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
We will never ever see that on American soil. Say what now?
Have you ever seen a submission?
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, there's submission.
I've never watched. Maybe I missed one or two. I've never seen a submission.
There's been a few.
I've seen people begging for mercy, and the ref stops it.
Yeah, I never seen the ref just be like, "All right, he's out," blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
I think I actually saw a head and arm choke.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I think that's what I saw.
Jesus, that is fucking frightening. Yeah, we will never see that on American soil.
Who knows?
That will never be on that will never be on Fight Pass. We will never see anything like King of the Streets on American soil.
I'm surprised it's on YouTube, honestly.
I'm sure it's not monetized.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's.
Maybe in Russia it's monetized.
I feel like that'd be a gray area somewhere.
I don't know how that shit works. Yeah.
Speaking of gray areas, what are you guys' thoughts on this soul-obliterating bitch slaps known as power slap?
I think it's funny to watch, but it's dumb as hell.
Yeah, it's not entertaining to me,
Nah, it was kind of funny the first 2 times I saw it on the internet before it became an actual sport. When people were just doing it in their basements after fucking playing beer pong. But then okay, now it's people slapping people, but with their whole body behind it, trying to knock them out. Okay, I get it. Probably don't need to see more of it.
I fucking hate it. I think it's one of the stupidest things out there. This honestly goes up there, which makes me think of one of our earlier episodes back from last year. We were talking about stupid ass, sports that are going to evolve from MMA and shit like that. And what was it?
Oh, like X-Arm?
X-Arm, yeah. At least with X-Arm, you have a fighting chance. You can block, you can defend, you can still throw shit. You're just strapped together by a fucking hand. This shit, put your hands behind your back and watch me slap your goddamn jaw off your fucking face.
Did you guys see the video that made the rounds of that one guy's face almost exploded?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's stupid.
And then had the audacity to throw his hands up like he really achieved something. When that guy had mercy on you and just let you win.
Well, you got to prove to your parents you're not a failure somehow.
That ain't the way. That is utter trash to me.
It's just there's no dynamism to it.
No.
Like I feel like they need to change it to like kind of like a rule set, like the like over under hand slap thing. That you do. Okay, let's do it like that. So the person with their hands behind their back gets to try and dodge the slap. If they successfully dodge the slap, then they get to play the ooh, yeah. Then they get to like take a finger from the other person with like a hatchet. And then and then it's their turn. And then we just go until only one person has any fingers left. And then that person's the winner.
They do this like 10 times.
Oh man.
Yeah, the game has to end at some point.
All right, we went to some old gladiator rules. All right.
I don't know, man. It's such a fucking boring thing. Like, just slap them and then get slapped again, and that's it.
I slap you, then you slap me, and then it's gonna be good.
It's fucking dog shit.
Oh man.
Oh, it is. It is complete dog shit.
Like, there's nothing that makes it interesting. Like,
Highlight reels.
Like, how about if you slap someone and you don't knock them out? They bring in a skunk and it sprays you in the face, and then you have to take a slap. Like, I don't anything. Do fucking anything to make it something that's watchable.
I like watching the knockouts and the dude's like, yeah, I fucking see that shit. Yeah, man, you got him with his hands behind his back.
It's like,
you got him.
You know what that's called? It's called a sucker punch. Like,
yeah, I think this is like the epitome of assault on camera.
I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but I think that not Nitro Circus. What's that shit from Thailand?
Fight Circus.
Fight Circus.
Yeah, I think Fight Circus is onto something. I think they're leading the way in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
At least it makes sense with him. It's entertaining.
Yeah, he's doing it. They're doing it for goofs.
That's a freak show. Like, that's fun.
The dude didn't make a league out of it. All right, what we need is double midget on giant guy fights. Hell yeah.
Right.
I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoy violence. I can watch King of the Streets, and I can enjoy that shit for what it is, because it's literally just human cockfighting. But at least it's a fighting chance between two combatants. It's not, hey, put your hands behind your head and let me head kick you. All right, cool. You survived? All right, now it's your turn. Power slap is dumb as fuck to me. And I'm hoping that
I'm surprised.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's a bitch way of dueling.
Basically.
Just use the fucking guns. Just use the fucking guns and don't be a pussy about it. Either be willing to die or shut the fuck up.
I'd rather watch the... I don't even know what it's called. I'd rather watch the professional fucking pillow fight championships than that.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Is that still going?
Yeah, I think so.
Or
this is a female only association, right?
You would think so, sir.
No,
Justice, will you be so kind as to put a link in the chat for UTBABYA to see this? This is a real league, sir. I thought it was make believe too. They have uniforms and everything.
It's so
what are you talking about?
Stupid.
The professional pillow fight.
Pillow fighting. Yeah. Are you talking about with that's the shit that Whatcall was doing? Shit, Marcus Bramage.
That's what we're doing. Bramage. That's what we're doing. It is Marcus Bramage. Yeah. One of the victims of Connor is now making his living fighting with pillows.
Wait, he tried to make. He did make his way back into what do you call it? Bare knuckle, and
we don't talk about
it. Didn't go well for him.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that footage, by the way, of the supposed Marcus Brimage 52 hand blocks bullshit.
It's been like what, 2 years now?
It ain't been no 2 years.
It's been long enough. It's been long enough for you to admit that you were wrong.
52 weeks.
52 weeks.
I was not wrong.
That's a good one.
Should have bet you $52 you couldn't come up with that footage.
You should have gave him 52 months.
Wow. I'm gonna have to deal with this. Yeah, pillow fighting is it. I prefer the Indian leg wrestling though.
I think we all do.
Fight circus.
Fight circus can do no wrong in my eyes. Speaking of doing no wrong in my eyes, Lobo, sir, it is about that time, sir. So why don't you go on ahead and synopsize our craptacular karate flick, 1991's Martial Law 2, Undercover.
And now, our feature presentation.
Man, I'm gonna try. This movie. The problem with this movie is so much happened in it, but nothing happened in it at the same time.
Floor is yours, sir.
True.
Oh, so this is about a undercover cop named Martial Law. Okay. And his partner, everybody's favorite martial arts soccer mom, Cynthia Rothrock. I forget her name in the movie. Trying to take down a gang. I'm not sure what they're doing. Like, dude, literally watching this movie, I had no idea what the motives of the bad guys were. It's just like, yeah, okay, we want to get into this underground fight scene. Okay, that's $10 million. Oh shit, we don't have $10 million. Fuck, let's go rob a guy. And that's about all I remember.
That's about the whole fucking movie. Again, this is one of those piss poor video store rentals that I used to play during business hours when people would come in, because you make the mistake of allowing me to pick the movies, you're going to watch some shitty karate flicks. There are many memorable things about this movie that stand out that I probably can't remember because revisionist history is a motherfucker. I remember this movie being so much better when I was young and intoxicated. Now that I'm older and sober, man, there's a lot of things about this movie that don't make sense.
The opening of the movie doesn't make sense at all.
Who was that guy doing that kata?
Okay.
Who was the guy in the beginning doing the kata? Because that's sure as shit not martial law.
No, it's like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? It's like it opens up with a kata. Yeah, it looks like Jeff Speakman's fucking Perfect Weapon.
Well,
then it just cuts to a park where a gun deal's going down, and then like Martial Law and Cynthia Rothrock or cops just start beating the shit out of this group of dudes, while other cops are like, I mean, whose side should we help? Should we help the bad guys or should we help our guys?
First off, who the fuck goes to a park full of people doing picnics
in broad daylight,
doing picnics and walking dogs and shit? Let's deliver those guns over here. No one will notice us. Are those Uzis in that crate?
Guys with motorcycles show up.
A whole ass biker gang. Oh man, this movie was absolute dog shit. And as much as I thoroughly enjoy Cynthia Rothrock, I forgot for about a good 15 years she was rocking that 12-year-old boy haircut.
Dude, she's like a Proto-Karen in this movie.
Proto-Karen?
Yes, Proto-Karen. Okay.
She's what all Karens inspire to look like.
Oh, that's going to make the title of the show.
Martial Law 2, Undercover, Proto-Karen Superstar.
Yeah,
and she was not the best actor at all.
No, but she was the most entertaining person in this movie.
You can definitely tell they did not have a professional on the set to teach them how to properly hold guns.
Oh, God. No, this movie is like 90s cheese all the way. There's just dudes running around in giant suits with ponytails, shooting guns from the hip, not hitting anything.
A lot of greasy ponytails in this movie.
Oh, and our main cop, Martial Law, his first time undercover in this movie, he blows his cover immediately. Immediately, he fucks up. How are you a detective and how are you this bad at your fucking job?
No, but listen though, he doesn't get promoted to detective until after he blows his fucking cover.
And I'm like, they was like,
Apparently,
yeah,
police station you just
nobody
scale upwards.
interfere while he's doing this. Like, okay, they have guns, he doesn't, so nobody
I don't
interfere.
even
Okay,
think they knew he was there.
like I was just confused.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like if
I
memory
actually agree with
serves me
Lobo.
correctly, he just kind of goes to this bar on a hunch, gets into a fist fight, gets discovered he's a cop, and then cops show up.
Yeah. Just random as shit. And
It's like, what the fuck's going on here? Oh, it's you. Yeah, all right, come with us.
Even the picnic shit in the beginning, these cops are just kind of standing around as they're beating the dog shit out of this biker gang, and like Justin was saying, they're just sitting there looking, and no one thinks to themselves, man, maybe we should start arresting some of the ones that they knock out. Maybe we should cut some sirens on, or maybe let the dogs out or something. We're just nothing. No,
You get like the police chief or whatever saying, nope, just wait. Just keep waiting. Damn, that guy got. Keep waiting, Doug.
So as always, we rate these movies on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being absolute Hershey squirts doo-doo dog shit, and 5 being the most soul-obliterating piece of cinematic martial arts cinema you've ever seen in your life. Lobo, how would you rate this this wonderful treasure?
I'll give it a 1.5 just because Cynthia Rothrock.
Okay, all right. Justice?
A 1. This shit was a Showtime special on Saturday night when nothing else was on, and it was. And Jeff Wincott, aka knockoff Jeff Speakman, like, no, good.
Don't get us wrong, folks. This is a great movie to watch drunk or high.
I will second that one. UTBABYA, you get a chance to check out this this wonderful gem?
So I started watching it, and I immediately had to put it on 2 times speed. And
yeah,
then,
this movie fucking feels like it takes for goddamn ever.
Because it does. Because it does. And then I realized that the acting was actually worse than at first I thought you had actually sent me like an early 1980s porno because the acting was that bad.
Oh, that's another thing. There's a hot chick in this movie that gets naked, and you don't get to see it at all.
Well, I didn't make it that far because I watched about 6 minutes of it, and that's I watched enough to watch a guy get beat up in a parking lot and in a parking garage, and it was again the worst acting I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And also kind of there was like one good sidekick that a girl threw, and other than that, it was I guess the word would be abominable. So I give this 0 points, and Tazz, may God have mercy on your soul. This was awful, and I'm still angry.
It's not like you made it.
Welcome back, UTBABYA. Welcome back, sir. You have been sorely missed. I'm going to have to give this movie a resounding 1. And that's me being generous. This movie is absolute dog shit through and through. Not even Cynthia Rothrock's little boy haircut could save this movie. She has got to be by far the most wooden actress on the planet. Jeff Wincott, a.k.a. the poor man's Jeff Speakman, a.k.a. the bargain bin, nameless, faceless stuntman in Chuck Norris's Walker TV show. I need this guy.
That's the guy?
No, I need this guy to do some stretches, because this guy can barely kick above his own waist, and it's horrible watching these poor stuntmen getting kicked in the elbow and having to pretend like they were hit in the face. Whoever was the wardrobe designer for this movie clearly had I'm just going to say a bargain bin / Goodwill budget, because everyone is wearing oversized coats, oversized shirts. The shoulder pads for both men and women are absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I'm sure the hair grease budget had to be through the roof, because everyone had the most greasy, nasty 80s style WWF pre-promo greasy hair ponytails. I can't wait to hear Justice's.
It was like ponytails, mullets,
day.
and pixie cuts.
Oh yeah,
that was it.
Yeah,
whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew who the good guy was, or the good girl was, because she had a pixie cut. She's the symbol of innocence. So, Justice, now that you've had the privilege of watching this little gem, why don't you go on ahead and tell us the move of the day?
Improve your skills, son. Harden your body. Become the number one man. Do not ever let anyone beat you.
Well, I just want to say there were a lot of ball grabbing and kicking in this movie.
There was a lot of testicle smashing.
But there was a scene though. It was utterly ridiculous. When
which one?
The guy was fighting the big black guy. The black guy broke the bottle and attacked him. Ponytail guy. And he proceeded to hit this guy with about 4 or 5, I don't know, 6, 7 Ric Flair chops and an uppercut, and the guy died.
That he was supposed to have died?
Yeah, off some Ric Flair. Yeah, Ric Flair. I mean, Ric Flair should have killed a bunch of people. I mean, they were like, and I mean, they were rapid fire chops too. Like, man, like this would really hurt. You know? But yeah, that's all I had, man. Like the sidekicks were terrible. I didn't see anything. The inside crescent kicks. I mean, yeah. This is.
I honestly thought you were going to say the move of the day was just kick a dude in the balls, because that seemed to be like the go-to for every fight scene.
Yeah, every time somebody was grabbing balls, kicking balls, and it was like, man. Now there was one I thought about doing, which was when the guy jumped over. For whatever reason, Jeff Wincott was on the ground, and he decided to flip over on the ground himself, right beside, not on Jeff Wincott, right beside him, flipped to the ground himself, and then proceeded to get kicked in the face. Like, that was stupid. But hey, it's 90s martial arts movie, so you're gonna see some stuff.
That's right, folks.
See a lot.
Nothing better than kicking off your 2023 than by watching shit from 1991. You like how I led into the throwback? Damn, we still got it.
So I got. Damn, you put me on spot.
I did too, and just as I expected, you rose to the occasion. Because the cream rises to the top.
Oh yeah.
But gentlemen, that was all I had for you guys this evening. And I appreciate you guys coming out. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, and you guys chose to spend your evening with me, and it's greatly appreciated. And I'm sure the millions upon millions of fans that will truly garner from this episode truly thank you as well. In the meantime, let's get the fuck out of here. Be sure to listen, like, share, and subscribe for all the latest episodes, news, and updates. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at fistfights.friedricepodcast or at h8l.muay thai. On Twitter, follow us at h8l_fight talk.